fighters of the Israel Defense Forces, who stand guard over the land of the city of our God, from the border of the Lebanon to the desert of Egypt, and from the great sea unto the approach of the Arabah, on the land, in the air, and on the sea. May the Almighty cause the enemies who rise up against us to be struck down before them. May the Holy One, blessed is He, preserve and rescue our fighters from every trouble and distress, and from every plague and illness, and may He send blessings and success in their every endeavor. May He lead our enemies under our soldiers' sway, and may He grant them salvation and crown them with victory. And may there be fulfilled for them the verse, "For it is the Lord your God who goes with you to battle your enemies for you to save you."
Amen. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming for our celebration of Israeli Independence Day, Yom HaAtzmaut, 76th birthday of Israel. A lot of people don't know that JNF is 120 years old, so almost as old as me. I also want to thank Linda and Marvin Feldman for allowing us to use this beautiful facility and some of the special things they did for us. Thank you very much. I come by supporting Israel kind of by DNA. My grandmother collected on the subway for Hadassah Hospital. So, and I've been involved with JNF for about 20 years. It was easy for me to do because as a surgeon and serial entrepreneur, I like working with people and organizations that talk less and do more. And JNF gets the job done. Whether it's the fire trucks, whether it's helping new immigrants to Israel find employment, whether it's helping severely handicapped children, they are the people that make it happen. They've taken Beersheba, which when I first was there in '68, it was a little village that the Arab caravans, literally on camels, would come in on Thursdays and sell their wares. And now it boasts a world-class medical center, an amphitheater, and even a water park, which if you know Beersheba, that's like the last thing you'd ever expect in Beersheba. So having said all that, I want to introduce Major Aaron Hefetz, our man in Israel, and especially our man in the Negev.
Hi everyone, I'm very excited to be here in this beautiful place. I also want to thank the Feldmans for making all this thing happen, and Jane and Mark for all the support and planning this. It wasn't what I was expecting when you start talking about having 76th birthday of Israel. So good evening and shalom, my dear friends. I am deeply grateful for your presence as we come together to celebrate Israel's 76th year of independence. This is not just a time for reflection, but also a time for inspiration. Let us honor the achievements, embrace the diversity, confront the challenges, and seize the opportunities ahead, for they define the essence of Israel and our shared future. Our journey as the Jewish nation has always been marked by significant events, and the outcomes of October 7th still feel incredibly raw. Today, however, let us focus on our achievements as Jewish people and on the land of Israel. Let us look into the future and consider how we can continue the legacy of our parents and grandparents, ensuring that our grandchildren and theirs will always have a home in Israel. I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I was born in Israel in 1976, second generation. My roots are in Poland. Maybe you can see with my colors. I am married to Hila. She was born in Haifa and is a Technion alumni and an expert in information system in business intelligence. I have 3 kids. Yuval is 17 and a half, about to graduate from high school. Eyal is 14. He loves playing the guitar and also do gymnastics, which make me shiver every time I see him. And finally, my 11-year-old princess, Naama, she's teaching me what patience is all about. She's about to celebrate her birthday this Friday. We live in Even Yehuda, which is 30 minutes north of Tel Aviv, somewhere in between Tel Aviv and Haifa. And of course, I forgot to mention our white prince, Chief. At the end of 2018, I retired with the rank of major after 24 years of service as a helicopter pilot in the Israeli Air Force. I have flown several helicopters in my career, such as the Cobra and the Black Hawk. The service made me the person I am today, and I owe a lot of my skills to the fact that I was a part of one of the best organizations in the world, the Israeli Air Force. My best position was as a squadron commander in the Flight Academy between 2011 and 2013. The Flight Academy, by the way, takes place in Be'er Sheva, in Hatzerim. And my last position was the Palmachim Air Force Base Deputy Commander, and it was a very significant one too. I have participated in all the operations and the wars since 1998. In between the years of 2000 and 2018, I did it with my 2 younger brothers serving at the same time. They were ground forces. It's their picture. I know they don't look a lot like me, but I don't ask any questions, and so don't ask me. I believe my parents, and that's it. So we've been serving alongside each other for many years, and my mother couldn't sleep for like 15 years, but we're all okay right now. I want to share 2 stories with you that are both meaningful and highlight what we experience as Israelis. In 2004, at 6:30 in the morning, I was called to take off with my Cobra helicopter to the Gaza Strip. The mission I received in the air was to assist a ground force hit by a bomb. At the same time, they were on their way out from the Strip after bombing a rocket manufacturing facility that was used to fire on Be'er Sheva and Sderot and hit as many civilians as they could. 6 soldiers died in the explosion. The terrorists were trying to grab pieces of their bodies to negotiate with Israel later. When I arrived in the area, I heard a familiar voice and called the troops on the ground. There was no place for mistakes. It was my brother calling for help. He lost 6 of his best soldiers. And I tell you what can explain how it feels like to have 280 heartbeats per minute. but it took few hours and eventually we got everyone out without more casualties. Between 2005 and 2007, I flew the Panther helicopter that flies with the IDF Navy warships. I will tell you, landing this thing on the ship in the middle of the night with the rough sea is one of the most complicated things that I've ever done. On July 14, 2006, during the Second Lebanese War, Hila, my wife, was 8 months pregnant, and I was the squadron active commander, while the active commander and first deputy were far away in the Mediterranean Sea. That night, a missile from Lebanon hit one of our ships and killed 4 of our people. One was my deputy and very close friend, Dov Sternschus. I will never forget that night. 5 weeks later, Rival was born. If anyone has been to Israel during this time, you know that one of the most unique moments that you can experience in Israel is the time between Memorial Day and Independence Day. In this slide, you can see the faces of my close friends who lost their lives in service to protect our homeland. They are forever in my heart every night that I go to sleep and every morning. Unfortunately, they are not the only ones, but I wanted to take this moment to cherish their sacrifice. On October 7th, I joined my squadron as a reserve for 4 months, or actually 109 days if you're counting. The fight in Gaza Strip is the most complicated the world has ever seen, as we are dealing with an underground city that was built for terror, on the ground fighting in populated dense neighborhoods and rackets, all that while we have our people as hostages. You may not be aware, but we found 50 tunnels going from Rafah, from the southern part of the Gaza Strip, to Egypt. And they are using them to smuggle people, ammunition, and weapons to and for Hamas. We can't stop before we make sure that the organization that wants to see Israel's end of existence is gone. Okay, I promise I'm done with the military stuff. I want to move to the more happier things and to the celebration. And to do that, I will start with a short video. Do we have sound? As you can see, we have many reasons to be proud and celebrate the existence of our homeland. I want to share some numbers and facts that maybe you're not familiar with. Israel has amazing population and demographic growth. In 2004, 6.8 million people were living in Israel. Today, we are talking about 9.9 million, heading to 10 in the next few months. 10 million. That's almost 50% growth over 20 years. For comparison, in the US, 295 million people lived in 2004, and today there are about 340 million. That's a 15% growth. Today, 74% of the people that are living in Israel are Jewish, 21% are Arabs, and 5% are considered as others. More than 80% of the Jewish population lives in the triangle between the north, Haifa, Be'er Sheva, and Jerusalem. Israel is also the home of two brilliant people. As you saw, 12 Israeli citizens have won Nobel Prizes in different fields such as chemistry, economics, and more. Israel has earned its reputation as the startup nation with more startups per capita than any other country in the world. From cybersecurity to biotechnology, Israel's high-tech sector continues to drive innovation and create opportunities for global impact. Israel is water independent, which is quite remarkable for a country that 60% of its land considered to be a desert. In 2013, the Israeli government declared independence in water, meaning we can handle drought after building 5 desalination plants, more than 250 water reservoirs, and the most advanced recycling water facilities. Israel also supports Jordan with 50 million cubic meters of water every year, and we are in the process of building 3 more desalination facilities in Israel, 2 for Israel and 1 to help Jordan. Israel has learned how to grow every fruit and vegetable on sand dunes throughout the years. A visit to the southern part of Israel promises to introduce you to the unbelievable people, and there are some that visited Israel and can tell you about that. Unbelievable people, and we can now take you on a wine tour, since now we have 35 vineyards in the Negev, in the desert, and over 400 around the country. Today, we are tasting some of our finest creation in that field. There are many more reasons to celebrate, and much of it comes from my work with the Jewish National Fund and our responsibility for the homeland future. In my last position in the Air Force, I had the honor of working with Special in Uniform, a program that allows youth with special needs to volunteer and serve in the IDF. At that time, I didn't know that JNF USA was the non-profit organization significantly supporting this extraordinary program, and I was impressed. I read JNF's vision for Israel, and after seeing the plan, I met their CEO, Mr. Russell Robinson. I accepted his offer to travel with them throughout Israel and saw the vision and plan becoming a reality. Even though as a pilot I had an easy path to civilian aviation, I felt I couldn't ignore what I had seen and decided to join the organization. After my service, I moved to California with my family as a Jewish National Fund employee and returned to Israel after 2 years because of COVID. JNF USA has been around since 1901. In the past few years, it has raised more than $100 million a year. All is directed to Israel. And the organizational vision is to make Israel stronger by investing in Israel periphery and creating opportunities to cultivate the next generations of Zionist leaders throughout the Alexander Mas High School in Israel and numerous programs designed to strengthen the sense of belonging to Israel and Judaism. There is no doubt that Israel is facing different challenges. Some of them are very clear, dealing with terror and Iran, as well as many Arab states that don't want to see us exist. And yet, we are also dealing with political issues, but I think it's fair to say that this is not unique for Israel. We see it worldwide. Our demographic challenge is a significant one. In 2048, we are going to be 16 million people living in Israel. While the cost of living in the center of Israel is considered one of the highest in the world. But there is something else to acknowledge and celebrate post-October 7th. And that is the extraordinary outpouring of generosity from Jews and non-Jews alike around the globe. According to the Diaspora Affairs Ministry, organizations and individuals worldwide have donated over $1.4 billion to Israel's rebuilding effort, with much of it dedicated to rebuilding the Otef. The Otef, when someone said the Otef, the Gaza Strip Otef, that means all the communities that actually live 7 kilometers and less to Gaza border. Support for rebuilding the Otef is well needed, but so is developing the Negev so that we can populate the rest of Israel and secure our homeland. Incredibly, it was David Ben-Gurion that understood this challenge 70 years ago. He said Israel's future depends on populating all the land of Israel. And he was talking about the Negev. This is why he moved there in his later years and became a member of Kibbutz Sde Boker, where he is buried with his late wife, Paula. Much of my work today for JNF connects Ben-Gurion's vision for the Negev with JNF's vision for Israel. For the past 3 years, I've been responsible for the area we call Central Negev, which contains 23% of the land of Israel, 3 municipalities with 16 communities. The vision is to help populate this land and increase the number of residential homes from 27,000 to 100,000 in the next 5 to 7 years. And that is possible. We do that by investing in projects that supports employment, health, education, and community growth. After building 2 fire stations, 3 parks, and 2 young professional centers, we are now focusing on 5 projects, 2 of which are opening right now. The current campaign for the region is $9.7 million, and we are not alone. Let me share with you a short video about the Negev and the investment plan for the near future.
Just a short plane ride from Europe, Israel's spectacular Negev desert is home to majestic wild landscapes, massive craters, ancient sites, the safest desert treks in the world, and incredible eco-innovation. The Negev, which covers more than 60% of Israel's land area, offers an attractive alternative vacation to Europeans' winter and ski holidays. With sunny desert activities, such as bicycle and extreme sports, wellness and spa, nature, agro-tourism, and family holidays. The opening of the new Ramon International Airport has made the Negev Desert easily accessible to tourists from Europe and all over the world. With significant investments in mass transportation infrastructure, thousands of hotel rooms and varied accommodations, parks for mega events, hiking and cycling routes, and touristic attractions for diverse target audiences, The Negev Desert will become Israel's leading tourism brand. The Negev 2030 vision is based on dividing the southern region of Israel into 6 touristic areas. The Land of Craters and Incense Routes area is the only region of its kind in the world. A wide range of attractions and a variety of accommodation options will be developed in the area, from Bedouin traditional hospitality tents to campsites and luxury hotels. An international complex will be established for stargazing and huge cultural events. As part of our vision for Montesh Ramon, a glamping site will be established to offer a diverse hospitality experience in transparent ecological rooms facing breathtaking desert views and starry skies, all based on green and ecological values.
So what are we building? In Mitzpe Ramon, we just finished the Ramon Hub with the goal of meeting the needs of young professionals and attracting startup entrepreneurs to work and live in Mitzpe Ramon. The hub serves as a communal open space work environment. Designed to appeal to technology-based and self-employed professionals, the hub creates entrepreneurial opportunities and allows for the networking while keeping overhead costs to a minimum. The hub also offers training and remote learning opportunities. This beautiful building is standing, and young professionals are already renting office spaces. In less than 6 months, we are breaking ground and building an iconic conference and seminar center on the edge of the Ramon crater. It is built to attract large and small corporations to the area for meetings, conferences, team building, and more. The center is housed in an impressive 2-story building with breathtaking views of the crater. The site features an assembly hall for large groups, classrooms and meeting areas, a dining area, and an office spaces. In Sde Boker, just across Ben Gurion's grave, we opened the Har HaNegev Search and Rescue Facility. The Negev draws hikers and travelers to its beautiful terrain. The volunteer-based Har HaNegev Search and Rescue Team is critical to ensuring its visitors' safety. The rescue team leads an average of 80 rescues a year, including rope and water rescues. The center serves as a hub for the region, housing equipment, offering training and meeting spaces. It is also the professional center that leads this kind of life-saving training with different countries worldwide. And it has already started working with Aspen, Colorado, search and rescue teams. This more robust presence for the search and rescue team enables Ramat HaNegev to promote tourism, increasing employment and quality of life. In Kfar Etamim, a communal agricultural community in Ramat HaNegev, was established 17 years ago, we are building the Warriors Trail. Since October 7th, 90% of the community's men have been called up for reserve duty, leaving women and children to face numerous challenges. We aim to establish the Warriors Trail in the community, connecting its currently segmented parts to allow direct access between its 2 sections, benefiting wounded veterans with limited mobility, among other purposes. With the $9.7 million campaign, 2 projects opening momentarily, another one that will take a short time to build, and the conference center, we are already looking into the future to keep the vision progressing and invest in more employment manufacturing projects, a health center, and 2 emergency centers. All of that is to ensure that our younger generation will have the foundation and resources to keep building the land of Israel. We need your help. I can promise you I will be your man in Israel, and a trip to my Air Force base and more fun and inspiring surprises when you come to visit and to see with your own eyes your impact in Israel. And speaking about the next generation, when I told Jane and Mark I wanted to come and be here to celebrate Israel 76, I told you I didn't imagine this kind of event, this place, and the wine and the food and the hosts, and you, it's overwhelming. It's something that I could never imagine. So I felt that I should do my best, to bring you the spirit of Israel. So I decided to let you hear and speak directly to the future of Israel. Sorry, I'm excited. You're welcome. By the way, he's my son, but I give all the credit to his mom.
Good afternoon, everyone, or evening, actually. My name is Yuval Hefetz. I'm excited to be here and have the opportunity to speak to you. As my father mentioned, I'm almost 18 and in my last year of high school. I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, 4 if you count our dog, and I have a girlfriend. Her name is Yuval too, so we both turn around when someone calls our name. I grew up at Palmachim Air Force Base until I was 12. For a year, we moved to Eben Yehuda, but then we moved to Northern California. Our California adventure wasn't long. It ended due to something called COVID, and we returned to Israel at the end of 2021. For the past 3 years, I've been a part of a youth organization called Five Fingers. The organization was established by ex-Israeli Navy SEALs who believe in educating for leadership and achievements through sports and team activities. For the last year, I've been a team captain. I led many projects for the community in Eben Yehuda, and next year, I will join their pre-military year. The Pre-Military Association is very well known in the country, and many young Israelis want to attend one of them before the service. There are about 50 pre-military programs in Israel, mostly located in the periphery. You may be wondering why these programs are so popular even if they are not in the bigger cities. The reason is that part of their agenda is to help these places grow by volunteering in the community and exposing the cadets to the great opportunities in these areas. In my program, 60 boys and girls will live together, and through the year we will learn, volunteer, exercise, have fun, build ourselves, and prepare for the next years in the army. Everyone there has a dream to be a pilot, serve in the Navy, tie with the sailors, or fight and protect your country in a special unit. And as you get older, you feel a greater connection to your homeland. I'm personally very excited to join the military and want to be a pilot just like my dad. When my father asked me if I wanted to join him on this trip, I didn't know how to respond. What could I bring to this evening? I wasn't sure how I could contribute. But I decided it would be a great opportunity to share with you how the young generation in Israel sees this period of time. Though first, I want to thank you for investing in the homeland and in us. October 7th took us all by surprise. Unlike my father, who disappeared for 4 months and joined the squadron, my friends and I found ourselves in a situation where we weren't sure what our role was. How could we be of use? In the first few weeks, we just did whatever we could. collected equipment for soldiers, arranged packages for the reserves units, and helped with food shipments for the families that were evacuated. In Even Yehuda, we hosted 70 families from the south. So when we understood that the situation was going to last for a long time, we opened a free youth camp for the evacuated kids so they could have some fun and feel like they were not alone. The parents were in tears when they saw their kids happy again. It was awesome and fulfilling. Many of you may know that in the last 2 years, we have been dealing with a major rift in Israeli society. It seems like our politicians use arguments to divide into camps instead of working harder to create unity and keep our people the way we would like to see them, as one nation. We, the next generation, are going to fix this. Our activities throughout the year in my future pre-military program include youth from all over Israel, secular and religious, right and left, Yemen, Ashkenazi, Mizrahi, and more. It is our time to start the conversation that will take us back to the time we had different opinions and could have decent and civil conversations about politics. Every crisis brings an opportunity. The country seeks young leadership, and we will be there to fill the void. When I travel with my dad and see the work GNF is doing in Israel, I can't feel anything but pride and hope. It is not a secret that buying an apartment or a house in Israel is a challenge, and double the challenge when talking about the center of the country. Seeing how JNF is turning the periphery into a paradise for young families is remarkable. I know some of you have seen it, but for those who haven't, please visit and see it with your own eyes. Places like Yerucham, the Upper Galil, Sde Boker, and Mitzveh Ramon can turn into Tuscany and Scottsdale with your help. It is just a matter of having the right people to lead, make intelligent decisions, and fund these opportunities. But this isn't about the future, this has already started. I want to finish by saying that despite the hard year as a nation, I am hopeful about the future. I already visualize our country as united, stronger, and better. Trusting each other, even when we have different opinion, takes effort, it takes time, but I believe in changes, and I know we will make it happen. Thank you so much.
I don't know how to follow that. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Special thank you to Jane and Mark Grossman for being our sponsors and our chairs for the event. Thank you, Marvin and Linda, Stacy and Mark, for this amazing facility. Please make sure that you see all of the cars. And I heard that if anybody wants an extra tour, the last part that didn't get done in the beginning will be given a little bit of a discussion afterwards. I don't know if that was by Linda or by Stacy, but I was told to pass that along. I want to thank, obviously, all of our supporters, but most especially Oren and Yuval for coming from Israel. Great job, it means so much. And for all of you guys behind the scenes, Stacy from my office is amazing, so thank you so much. I am Mark Silver. I'm the director for the Tampa Bay area for the Jewish National Fund. If I haven't got to meet you yet, I hope that I do get to very shortly. For those of you who do not know much about JNF, we are a 501c3, and we could not complete all of our work without the help of everybody here and so many more people in our community and outward. I'm kind of stumbling right now because I wasn't expecting to say this next part, but we had a very generous donor who said that they will do a $100,000 match tonight for any donations that come into the Negev. So again, I'm usually not at a loss for words, but thank you so much to the person. And you know, we can't do this without the help of everybody out there. So Oren hopefully will be able to do a couple huge projects for you in the Negev. Once I'm done with my quick few words, Oren and I will be walking around for quite a bit. We hope to talk to each and everybody personally, one-on-one. If you have any questions about any of the programs, any of the projects going on in the Negev, please talk to Oren and Yuval, and they'll be happy to fill you in. If anybody would like to make a donation to help us hit that $100,000 match, please see me. I'd be happy to help you out with that and fill out all of the paperwork. Oren will be in town for a couple more days, so if you have anybody that you think would like to meet with him, we do have some time. We'd love to set up some one-on-one meetings. He does come to town a few times a year, and we'd love to meet one-on-one, small group setups, whatever it takes. The more people who hear about what's going on in the Negev, the better it is for all of us. I really hope that you're all planning a trip to Israel in the near future. Oren has promised anybody who goes to Israel, anyone that's here, he will set them up with a special trip, see some behind the scenes things, some things that normally people on their mission trips and other trips don't get to do. I was in Israel just a couple months ago. I know there's at least 5 or 6 people in this room who were recently in Israel. My mom and dad are on a plane right now going to Israel, or they would have been here. My wife and I are sending 3 of our kids next Sunday to Israel for a teen mission for almost 10 days. And my sister is going back for another 4 or 5 weeks this summer. Please, if you've ever thought about going, if you haven't been, go now. Israel needs the tourism, whether you go as part of a mission, which JNF has some amazing missions, or if you just go as a tourist. Israel needs our help now, probably more than ever. And I'm happy to get you more information on the missions if anybody's excited for that. Also, I want to remind all of you that JNF has our national conference in Denver, November 14th to 17th. Dallas. Denver was last year. So I'm not sure where I'm going. And I even have Dallas written on my notes. Dallas, so don't go to Denver, go to Dallas. November 14th to 17th, the national conference. We have some amazing speakers already lined up, and we're working on some more. So please join us. Again, I'm happy to get you all the details on that as well. One last thing, as you guys leave, Stephanie from my office has a bag and a couple gifts for each and every one of you. First of all, we have a charcuterie board with the JNF logo on it, so hopefully you'll take that. Think of JNF every time you use it. Oren has brought over pictures that are actually signed for everybody here, and it's a picture of 3 IDF jets flying over the gates of Auschwitz. My Hebrew is not good, but this is what Oren told me. The saying that is on the bottom of it is, "We are the Israeli Air Force pilots. In the name of the horror camps, we rose from the ashes to the millions of victims, carrying their silent cry, saluting the burial and promising to be a protector of the Jewish people in the land of Israel." So please, make sure you get one of those pictures as well. It really is meaningful. Oren, thank you so much for the gift for everybody. We really, really appreciate it. In just a moment, we're going to play Hak Tikva, our Israeli national anthem, which is being performed by the Special Uniforms Band, which Oren mentioned during his presentation. So please enjoy that. And then they're putting out dessert as we speak, so make sure you eat, get some more wine, learn more about the cars, and get to know everybody else in the room. We're a great room of Zionists, and I want to make sure that everybody knows everybody. But please see us afterwards for questions.
Ulfate Mizrach
what you're doing over there. Just bringing on. Keep it up.
Yeah, it's always the big. How was yesterday? Going well. We have an event on Wednesday. We're having a bake book.
Something like this, just talk about a project. What's up?
On Sunday and then they pivoted.
I know you were in the Carlton.
Huh?
You stayed in the Carlton.
We were there, and I was like screaming at my husband to put his pants on because the siren went on. I was like, you can't go to the hotel lobby in your underwear, put the pants on. He was like, just in the bed. I'm like, dude, ballistic missiles.